Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm back with yet another video tonight. 3 in one night, that's a record for me. This one here is going to feature more jazz records. I think it's my third or my fourth trip into the jazz collection. So yeah, I've done a little bit of notes and stuff, so I hope you don't mind me looking down quite a bit. But yeah, I just want to, be factual and share some information with everybody. So we're going to start off, well, in the background we're hearing Headhunters by Herbie Hancock, one of his funkiest. This is a particular song called Chameleon, probably one of his funkiest albums, funkiest songs, I mean. Manchild would be one of his funkiest records. But anyways, we'll get into both those records at a later date in this video. We're going to start off with some of these I've shown before, so bear with me. I forget what I've shown and what I haven't, but I looked up more information, so you'll learn a little bit more about them anyway. So, okay, so the first one is Cal Tjader and Stan Getz on Fantasy Records. This is a fantastic record. I mean, I say that about all these records, but this is a sextet recorded in 1958. Recorded live in San Francisco. Apparently, both of them really admired one another's jazz musicianship and always wanted to play with one another. And they both just happened to be in San Francisco at the Black Hawk. And the whole thing was recorded in less than 3 hours. Only 2 songs on this record had to be re-recorded. Yeah, because they gelled so well. So there's the back. What is that? I didn't notice that piece of... But anyway, so that's the first record. The next one's a special treat. I don't see this one very often. It's a 4-record set called Swing Street. Basically, it's a 4 LP box set on Epic Records. It's got a 16-page booklet to it. And I'll just hold that up while I tell you a little bit more about it. It chronicles 52nd Street jazz from the 1930s to the 1940s. So, and this is like a 12 by 12 book, It's like really beautiful stuff. So I'll show you how the artwork looks when it's completely. There's 52nd Street, both sides. Anyways, this is amazing record. Got Coleman Hawkins and Earl Hines, Jack Teagarden. Just a amazing box set. Don't see it very often. I actually found that one like 3 or 4 years ago at a Salvation Army, believe it or not. So up next we've got the incomparable Jelly Roll Morton. He was really quite a character, really. He was known to be, reported to be like a pimp and a musician and just a nutty guy, a crazy gambler. He had a huge ego. But could he ever play the piano? And he was one of the first to really experiment on improvising on the piano. Said to be the jazz's first arranger too, so he was highly improvisational. He actually claimed, this is how sort of big-headed this guy was, he actually claimed to have invented jazz, which of course there was no proof, but that doesn't take away from the amazing music that he made. So anyways, this is Jelly Roll Morton. Jelly Roll Blues is probably one of his most famous records, so this is on Everest Records. Up next, a complete classic that should be in everybody's collection. Very mellow, very understated jazz, but Bill Evans and Jim Hall. Hopefully the music behind me isn't too loud. I'm just going to keep going anyways. This is called Undercurrents, released in 1963 on Blue Note. Cover photo is by Tony Frizzell. And it's one of the most classic pictures ever. It's in all of the jazz art, cover art books and whatnot, but very reserved and mellow music. Bill Evans and Jim Hall. And it's gatefold. I'll show you the inside. So there's Joe Pass and Bill Evans there, and then there's the other side. Up next, we got Count Basie, Kansas City 7 on Pablo Records. Amazing Amazing record. This was released in 1984. Joe Pass is on guitar, which is, he's probably one of my favorite guitar players. And Eddie Lockjaw Davis is on the tenor. There's the back. There's the picture. So there's the other artist, J.J. Johnson also. There's Joe Pass there. Joe Pass. Great record. A classic that should be in everybody's jazz collection as far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion. The incomparable Jimmy Smith and Wes Montgomery teaming up together as the dynamic duo. And looking like they really want to have a bite of the same sandwich. I don't know what's going on there, but pretty funny. Smith is one of the jazz's best organ players, and Montgomery is one of the best guitar players. This was released in 1966 on Verve Records, with notes by Creed Taylor. Next, we got Great Moments with Charles Mingus. This one here, I don't really know much about this one, to be honest, but it's released in 1981 on Verve Records. 2-record set. There's the tracks that are on it, on Impulse Records. Amazing stuff. As always with him. Sorry about that. This is what we're listening to. Headhunters, Herbie Hancock. This one here was released in 1973, and it's on Columbia. It's his 12th studio record. It's the best jazz fusion you're going to hear, really. And Chameleon, which is what we're listening to, it's a 15-minute long song. Oh man, it's the best. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so what's next here? We got another Herbie Hancock. This is known to be one of his, reported to be one of his funkiest records ever. Really incorporating the wah-wah pedals with 2 or 3 different guitarists that play on this record. And yeah, it's released in 1974 on Columbia. Manchild is the name of it. If you see this, pick it up, people. It's awesome. And the last record in this, I'm going to do 10 in each video because I really want to research them well and stuff. So this one here, Ella Fitzgerald at the Opera House. Couldn't really find too much on this record actually, on Verve Records. It's an original pressing, which is really nice to have. And some of the musicians that play on this, Stan Getz, Coleman Hawkins, Illinois Jacquet, Lester Young, Flip Wilson, Sonny Stitt, Roy Ulrich, J.J. Johnson, Oscar Peterson plays on it, Herb Ellis is on guitar, Ray Brown on bass. It's just amazing. Connie Kay on drums. So there you go, Ella Fitzgerald at the Opera House. Thanks everybody for watching this next installment of the trip down Jazz Lane. I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Please leave some comments. Talk to you soon.